Coming up today on The Chat, the local controversy continues over this mocha painting hanging in plain sight. We discuss. Plus the last-minute local vacation getaways, holiday shopping ideas for the man in your life, and what and where an Arizona Cardinals player tweeted that has him in hot water. And he's in it deep for what's being called the cruelest prank ever.
You're sleeping on the couch!
Wait till you see what he did with his wife. The Chat starts right now.
Everyone, and welcome to The Chat. I'm Casey DeSantis. Leanza Henny and guest panelist Kavita Shanae are on the panel today. Tony was a little bit under the weather, so she sat this one out.
Yes,
she'll be back on
send her
Thursday or
home.
Friday.
Don't infect us.
That's what
Get
we
away.
said. We kicked her out the door gently. All right.
We don't need your junk.
So listen, the controversy continues in downtown Jacksonville, and tonight Mocha Museum supporters may be rallying during the art walk. It's a dust-up that centers around this painting that had been blurred out, as you can see, which is displayed in the Jacksonville Museum of Contemporary Art. Well, technically, it's inside the front door in plain view of anybody going into the museum or going into Cafe Nola. And that's where the controversy lies. Jacksonville City Council President Clay Yarborough took issue with the fact that anyone, including children, can see the painting, which he calls pornographic, without paying admission, as it sits right in the lobby and on the way to the cafe. So he issued this statement on Friday, which read in part, "The real question is, should an adult and or a child who wishes to eat at the Cafe Nola be forcibly exposed to the picture upon entering the public, taxpayer-owned building if they do not wish to see it? As a parent of a young child, I support parental choice and believe no parent should be put in the situation of having to answer awkward questions that arise from a child seeing a picture like that." Okay, so he called for taxpayer funds to be pulled from Mocha. The mayor weighed in on this last night, but first, what do you guys think about this painting being in the lobby when you walk into Mocha?
I don't see the point of it. There's so many things that I could probably say about this. First of all, I don't see it as being artistic. I don't see it as being pornographic. I think that it's completely pointless. And I think that if someone is worried about what their child is seeing, whether it's in a museum, there are plenty of other things that children are exposed to on a regular basis, whether it's at a museum or a magazine shop or a video game or a television show or whatever. Like, that's really not the point. I just don't see it as being artistic. Am I an artist?
Well,
No.
the artist would say the provocativeness, if that's a word, of it is the reason why it is art. It makes you want to stop and look, and that's why they believe it should be prominently displayed along with the other pieces of artwork that are in the lobby. But other people are like, what you guys, it seems like you say it should be somewhere else. It shouldn't be in the lobby.
Not me. I say leave it right where it is.
I mean, I don't
It is
care
art.
is the thing.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you know, I don't
it's
care.
art. You know, we talked about a topic a few months ago about this mom that has 3 boys that lets her her boys have seen her naked. Almost all these kids have seen something like this at the house. I'm sure.
But in public, do you want to go have that conversation?
Find something else to fuss about, y'all, because this is nothing.
I
Spare
think
me.
this, I'm all for compromise, negotiation. If they want to take back a grant, which I think is silly to do over this picture.
They say they can't.
That's the politics part.
But I think just move it to where it's not right in front of having to go into this cafe. That's all. Just put it somewhere else and keep it there.
Well, the mayor did weigh in on this. Alvin Brown responded to all of this about the President Yarborough's request to pull the funds from the museum, and what he wrote was, in part, after thoughtful consideration of your request and the First Amendment issues involved, I will not seek to pull any of the funding that the City Council appropriated to the Cultural Center of Greater Jacksonville in the current budget. This includes the Cultural Center's subsequent award of $233,000 grant to Mocha. So basically, they said nothing is going to change as a result of this.
Well, and you know, the other part of that too is that Jacksonville right now is on such a great scene culturally and artistically, or we're making a movement in this city. And so when something like this comes up, it's good and bad, because it's calling attention to our art scene. But we have some great museums, libraries, art museums. I mean,
and to Kavita's point, does it need to be right there? When you're walking into the cafe, you're not here and have any intention of going into Mocha. You just want to go to the cafe.
You don't need a little boy saying,
just move it into the back.
You don't need a little boy like, "Mommy, what is that?" You know, why?
You know what? Bottom
you don't
line
need
is,
that.
like the mayor said, ain't nothing changing. Next.
All right. Well, by the way, on the heels of all of this, you know, we've seen like Kim Kardashian, we saw Madonna. Well, speaking of pregnant photographs, we now see Kourtney Kardashian. By the way, she decided to get on this whole nude thing. I don't understand what it is with these people that they want to pose with their clothes off. Well, technically, she had a white sheet in front of her, and we blurred it out. But now she's coming out trying to, quote, break the internet. And what do you think about this? Just don't put it in mocha. Is that what you're saying?
I love that she said she's most comfortable when she's pregnant. She said that's what her body was meant to do. And they asked, would you do this if you were not pregnant? And she said no. She has no desire to do a nude photo shoot when she's not pregnant. So, and I think she looks great.
Yeah. What, Hanny?
And it's not up in a poster.
Is it because it's a Kardashian? Is that why
I
I'm
am
getting
not
this look?
giving these people, I'm not saying anything because they're worthless. I have nothing to say. Next, go to Leanza.
You know what? Honestly, I don't understand the need to be photographed in that way when you're pregnant. I wanted to crawl under the covers and eat my way into
Oreos?
Delivery.
Or you said pimento cheese spread. Isn't that what you said you ate a lot when you were
that was
pregnant?
disgusting.
I
All
would
right.
do it if it was just for us to see, you know, for me and my partner. I don't necessarily know if I would.
Broadcast it
Yeah,
and
if
put
I
it on
looked
the
good,
internet.
why not?
There you go. As long
Yeah,
as
no, that just was not my feeling about being pregnant. Did I feel beautiful? Absolutely. Did I feel like I was doing something wonderful for the world? Yes, because I was bringing a child into the world. Absolutely. I didn't need to be have my picture
Photograph.
taken
Okay.
naked and
Well, we want to know
out
what you
for
think
the
about
world.
all of this, specifically the photograph, the painting that is hanging in Mocha. We've posted a poll on our website, ladiesofthechat.com. Cast your vote, and we'll reveal the results coming up a little bit later in the show. Okay, Arizona Cardinals defensive end. If you haven't heard his name yet, you're going to hear it now, and you probably will hear it again. His name is Darnell Duckett. He is out for the season with a knee injury, and apparently he is spending a lot of time on Twitter. The NFL player started 2 online controversies this week. On Monday, he posted a picture of first daughter Malia Obama's posterior. That didn't go along so well. And then on Tuesday, he live tweeted from court where he was serving jury duty. Despite being asked to turn his phone off after the bailiff asked him to, he went on to tweet a bunch of stuff like this. I wonder if they know I'm tweeting. Oh, well, they shouldn't have selected me. He went on to tweet. They bring a big A police in here. You can figure out what the A, asterisk is. Like he's supposed to scare me. Well, I'm looking like I don't give a you-know-what. I'm like, do you want coffee and donuts? And then he went on to write, I whip you guys like all of you for a living. And then he goes on to post all this stuff. I mean, it's really kind of unbelievable. He says, hey, by the way, I double parked my $450,000 car in a handicap spot, which he gained access from a sticker from a recent surgery and the registered pistol inside. So he is tweeting while he's serving jury duty. First of all, thoughts on that?
He obviously did not want to be there, and he obviously doesn't.
You think?
He obviously was trying to get dismissed, which you can by saying, you know, they ask you, are you with this? And you say yes. You know, has this ever happened to you? And you say yes, just because you want to get out of there. A lot of people have done it. That's what he was trying to do. It wasn't working. And the funny thing is they actually asked him to come back the next day. And I'm still wondering, did the pizza come? I mean, did they allow this pizza to come?
He was so mad at the bailiff because he didn't like
wouldn't
the
let him out
food
to
selection.
eat.
He ordered a pizza.
Yeah.
He ordered a pizza. He said basically some words, and then he said, I'm going to order a pizza from the app.
Yeah.
He just needs to stop though
And
with
he
this Twitter
see-
nonsense.
Did he see what happened to the staffer, the communications director
That's
for a
the
member
real
of
story
Congress?
right there. Let's talk about that.
Well, but he did that too. He posted a picture
Of Malia Obama.
the defensive
yeah.
end,
defensive
Duckett.
end, sorry,
Thank you.
yes.
Excuse me, sideline reporter. Posted a picture of Malia Obama, and there was a girl who resigned, who was a member of
she should
Congress's
have.
staff.
Well, and by the way,
so should
his-
he resign?
Should he resign? For what? For retweeting a picture that someone else did?
But it was of her posterior. It was a little
Well,
bit
there's a
rude.
problem with what he did, first of all. This is a 16-year-old child.
Right, I think hands off
It is something
entirely.
about these Florida colleges that's breeding idiots. Between him and Jameis Winston, I don't know which one is more stupider.
Okay, well, because he played for Florida State. is
Exactly.
Okay.
What's up with this? And that's the school that he played college. He played football at Florida State.
Here's the thing. I don't understand. Like, we live in an age of tweeting and social media, and it's all out there, and it all gets seen, and you're in a high-profile position, and are you that dumb?
Yep.
For real? I mean, that's just stupid.
Okay. All right.
Sorry.
Well, from that
Tell
to a
us how you
lighter
really
note.
Dumb.
Okay. All right. Yeah. How do you really feel?
I don't get it, because parents are raising their children and they're growing up and they're going to college and they're getting scholarships and they're playing on football fields, and I don't understand.
All right. Well, from that to this,
I don't get
we're
it.
moving right along. There's a video that's been making the rounds on YouTube. I know you guys have seen it, but I'm not sure you at home have seen it. It's racked up more than 5 million hits. But it also has a lot of moms and dads, for that matter, really kind of ticked off. And here's why. It is a prank that shows a dad playing with his 2 sons when he pretends to accidentally throw his son off of the balcony. The mom had no idea that this was a prank. The dad had set up cameras around the house to catch her reaction. Remember, when you watch this, it's a prank. Take a look.
Where did you get that outfit?
Say it's new.
Whoa.
Gainers, you want to fly?
Yeah.
Okay. Go with Noah. Be really quiet. We're gonna go so high. Tell me when. Here we go. Oh my God! Go. Go. Holy crap. Holy crap. I'm sorry.
You hate you.
What do you mean?
This thing is so fake.
It's just for fun.
You think she's in on it?
Oh, okay. Let me show you why.
Okay.
When she went downstairs to get something to drink. She comes back upstairs is when he's going to throw the baby up. She has a canned drink in her hand. However, when the prank happens, the drink has been edited to where the drink is gone.
Wow, you really watched this thing
Because
close,
I knew
didn't
from
you?
the beginning that it was fake. It's all staged.
Plus what he does. I mean, this is his thing.
This is his thing,
It
yeah.
is his thing.
He's a
but
prankster.
I would not want to
Website
be
prankster.
married to that guy.
Right. Well, they're making money off of this.
Well, we did talk about this. Was it just yesterday with
Yep,
Jasmine
yep.
Harris, who set up a
Hey,
YouTube
Jasmine.
channel? How you doing? Set up a YouTube channel, and she gets ad revenue, like 3 cents for every time that somebody watches one
And
of
look
her
at the number of
videos.
hits this thing got.
5 million. I did the math. It's like multiple
Crazy money.
thousands of dollars.
Absolutely. I'd be in on it too if my husband was doing it for that
But I
kind
don't
of
think
money.
she was in on it, though. That's the
Was
thing.
they, were they trying to pretend she wasn't in on it?
Yeah, it was.
Yes,
Okay. I
don't
because
think
she
she
was all
was.
mad, you know, why would you do this to me? No, I
Could you imagine, though, if your husband
think it
like
was a
set
family
up
affair.
cameras all over the house to try to pull pranks on you? Like, there
I
would
bet there are people out there
That would be
really
really
do that.
creepy.
It would be. Okay,
I
well,
would do
speaking
that.
of videos going viral, they're at it again. The company known in part for commercials like this. Take a look.
Ugh, I hate these big ass prices.
Sounds like you could use some big ass
I'd
savings.
love some big ass savings.
Kmart Shop Your Way members save 30 cents a gallon.
30 cents a gallon? That's a big ass discount.
Remember that commercial? Remember the waves that came out after that and everyone was talking about it? Well, they're at it again. And this time they're focusing on Santa's belly and using some women who they think will fit the bill nicely. Watch this new commercial.
Santa baby, slip a sable under the tree for me. Been a good girl, Santa baby, hurry down the chimney tonight.
Okay, so now they have this one, and people love it, by the way. Everyone was impressed, at least when we showed this video behind the scenes, that these ladies can dance, and dance really well.
I love it. Kmart is brilliant again. I love this. The reason why I love it so much is because they're marketing to the non-traditional viewer. Anytime you see a commercial on television advertising some piece, article of clothing, you have your
Joe
100-pound
Yeah.
type of woman. That's out the window these days. I love the fact that they're bringing in pregnant women and the one with the men
Well,
and
let's
the bellies.
play it. We don't have to necessarily pause for the music and everything because you kind of get the point, but we can play the video, and
Oh
it
my God,
shows
this is my
Love
favorite
this.
commercial ever.
this one.
Yes.
So these guys
Go
are playing the
big
drums,
boy,
and all of a
go big
sudden,
boy.
there you go.
Yes.
They use their tummies as the
I
musical
love it.
instruments.
I love this commercial.
I don't know who thinks this stuff up, but man, Kmart
They're
has got some
brilliant,
good
whoever
stuff.
it is.
Yeah.
What was the one last year? Was it last year with the? It was like the bells, and it was under.
That was
yeah,
also
yeah,
it.
yeah,
That
yeah.
was Joe Boxer,
themselves.
and that was Kmart.
See? Yes.
There
yes.
you go. See, it
Brilliant.
sticks with you.
Hey,
I just
Joe.
like that it's different, right?
Right, it is. It's
Yeah,
different.
it's different.
All
Makes you
right.
watch.
Well,
Yeah,
speaking
yes.
of men and holiday shopping, coming after the break, we're going to talk about why it can be so difficult to shop for the men in our lives. And speaking of guys, what a new study says about the way the opposite sex allegedly treats women in high heels versus non-high heels, we'll discuss. And we're also going to dive into last-minute holiday travel ideas close to home with Amy West. She is here to talk about that. And Dr. Marks is here on how not to marry a jerk or a jerkette. We'll be right back.